It was 3:12 a.m. when a meow ripped through the house like an alarm, high-pitched, insistent, desperate. It wasn't the normal daddy feed me meow, it was something else, deep, hypnotic, and endless. I went into the bedroom and found him there in the dark, staring at me with wide-open eyes, meowing non-stop. At that moment, I knew something was wrong, and that I'd have to figure it out or suffer sleepless nights. If your cat meows all night and you don't know what to do, stay until the end. I'm going to tell you what I discovered, step by step, and how to fix it without losing your patience, or your sleep. My cat's name is Nala. She came home as a furball who slept 20 hours a day and exploded with energy the other 4. During the day, she was perfect, a laser beam hunter, a box opening expert, and a professional napper. But a few months ago, she started meowing at night. At first, it was just random sounds, a meow here, a meow there. The usual. I put a blanket over her, gave her a treat, turned off the light. Little by little, the nights became an ordeal. The meows escalated. They went from begging for food to long and demanding. At 2 a.m., she'd climb into bed, look at me as if I were the universal solution, plant her eyes on me, and demand my attention. I, half asleep, paid a little attention. Then I started to resent it. Working from home, deadlines, and those interrupted nights began to leave an imprint on my mood. Besides, what if this is a sign of something serious? What if I ignore her and she gets worse? I heard myself justifying every mistake. She's nocturnal by nature, she's bored, it's just that it's hot now. But deep down, I knew there was something else going on. I had to understand the real reason, because otherwise, the meowing would never stop. When a cat meows insistently at night, it's not a cute trick you have to put up with. It's a sign. Something is pushing her to break the silence. The consequences go beyond lost sleep. The cat may be expressing pain, stress, hunger, separation anxiety, medical problems, kidney, thyroid, disorientation due to aging, or poorly planned routines by the owners. The real problem is that most owners, myself included, tend to respond in ways that reinforce the behavior. If every time she meows at 3 a.m. we give her food or scratch under her chin, we're rewarding the meow. And that turns it into a habit. Furthermore, if there's a medical cause and you delay it because she'll pass, you could end up with something that worsens over time, for example, an infection, toothache, or kidney disease. My dilemma was, do I ignore it and harden my heart to reclaim my nights, at the risk of harming her, or do I investigate and address the real causes, even if it means visiting the vet, changing routines, and breaking comfort zones? I chose the latter. And I swear it saved my relationship with Nala, and my sleep. First signs and the nighttime pattern. The first few nights were intermittent, one meow to demand the bed, another to ask for a pat. But the pattern changed, meows at regular intervals, often after dark, repeating until dawn. I noticed this especially when our schedule changed with work. I went to bed late and woke up early, and his rhythm clashed with mine. I started taking notes. Yes, it sounds strange, but the data is saved. I kept a 10-day log with the start time of the meow, its duration, whether he was asking for food or attention, if there was a trace of urine outside the litter box, and if there were outside noises, stray cats, motorcycles. Patterns emerged in that diary. The meows increased when there was no sun during the day or when he wasn't playing enough in the afternoon. They also intensified when there were changes in the house, new furniture, visitors, new routines. That already told me something. There was a behavioral component and an environmental one. Medical causes I ruled out, and how to do it without paranoia. Before implementing the training plan, I went to the vet. Because rule number 1, rule out physical problems. A cat who meows in pain or illness requires medical attention, not behavior training. At the appointment, Nala was examined, dental checkup, abdominal palpation, and basic blood and urine tests. I'm not going to lie, those moments in the clinic are heartbreaking because you have to consider many things that go unnoticed. Early kidney disease, cats hide it, hyperthyroidism, more common in mature cats and often causes restlessness at night, dental pain, and even night vision problems if they're disoriented. The vet will tell you the warning signs: increased or decreased water consumption, abnormal urine, weight loss, vomiting, changes in hygiene. Nala came out clean of any major issues. Tests were within range except for some minor dental wear. With that confirmed, I focused on behavioral and environmental causes. behavioral and environmental causes, and their practical solution. Here are the things that really changed the game. Feline circadian rhythm. Cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. If you're sleeping right then or have odd schedules, the cat will try to synchronize with you or experience its energy peak at night. Solution: schedule intense play 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. Chase toys, pointers, balls, short but intense sessions to tire them out physically. Reinforced attention. If each meow gets a response, affection, food, we reinforce it. Solution: consistently ignore the meow. This is harsh but effective. Don't look, don't touch, don't talk. Only react when she's calm. Provide alternatives: scratching posts, a comfortable bed, and scheduled feedings. Nighttime hunger. Sometimes the problem is real. The last feeding was too early. Solution: switch to a higher protein food at night or use an automatic feeder program for a nighttime feeding just before bedtime. Boredom and lack of enrichment. A high-energy cat with little to do explodes at night. Fear or stress due to changes. Construction, a new pet moving. Solution: gradual reintroduction, hiding areas, shelters, and establishing predictable routines. Aging, feline cognitive syndrome. If the cat is a senior, they may meow due to disorientation. Solution: vet visit, pharmacological management, enrichment, soft night lighting, stable routines. The method I implemented: 14-day plan. Instead of improvising, I followed an orderly plan. Day 0 to 2, check-in and vet appointment. Keep records: time, duration, context. Vet appointment, basic tests. Rule out medical causes.
Day 3, 5, énergie routine.
Intense play in the evening, 30 to 45 minutes divided into 2 to 3 sessions.
Last solid 1001 hours before bedtime, plus en automatique feeder for nighttime snack.
Toys to release mental energy, puzzle feeders. Days 6 to 9, ignore and reinforce calm behavior. Extinction strategy. How to manage family and discipline. The hardest part was coordinating with my partner and guests. One would throw in the towel and give her attention at 3 a.m., while the other wanted to toughen things up. The key was the rule: one makes the plan, everyone follows it. If even one member reinforces the meow, the plan fails. Communicate, post the plan on the fridge, and remember, it's temporary until you retrain it. If this is happening to you, comment "My cat meows" below, and I'll send you a printable checklist with the 14-day plan I followed. You are not alone, and consistency can fix it. One night, after 5 days of the plan, Nala meowed louder than ever. It was the dreaded relapse. Instead of reacting, I followed the protocol: total silence. I hid on the couch, breathed, and waited. It was the longest night. Start with the vet, rule out pain or illness. Don't reinforce the meow, consistency or failure. Tire the cat out before bed, play in hunter mode. Give a controlled nighttime ration. If hunger is the cause, take it out of the game. Enrich. The mind gets tired too. Monitor and record. Patterns speak. Today she looks at me from her scratching post and meows "good morning" at 7:30 like any normal cat. We celebrate this normalcy as if it were a giant triumph. Silent nights are worth gold. If you made it this far, thank you. It means you care as much as I do. Subscribe if you want more practical, real-life scripts like this one. Like it so other owners who suffer sleepless nights can find it, and comment below which strategy you're going to try this week. If you'd like, I'll leave you a PDF with the 14-day plan and the vet checklist in the comments. Write "I want the plan," and I'll send it to you. I'm not saying this to sound epic. Take care of your cat, because they can't ask for it with words. They ask for it with meows that, when you understand them, change your life. And if you hear that meow one night, breathe, act with sense and love. Everything can be fixed if you get your act together.